Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards people who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another monthly empowerment read where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and customs in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Angel number 24. God, what messages do you have for my beautiful Aries to become the alchemists of their lives, to do magic in public, or just to help bring heaven on earth? God, what messages do you have for the month of January, for them to, any messages you deem worthy for them to hear of potential blocks, obstacles, or potential manifestations over on their way? God, please give them the information that they need to become the alchemists of their life. If any of their guardian angels, ancestors, guides, or beings of light would like to come in, oh, they're more than welcome. Means of light only. All right, angel number 59. God, make sure you check out the description box below. There are always additional messages, information, there's always additional messages, angel numbers, as well as information about booking Honestly Sis and me. All right, y'all. Ooh, so Aries, your month of January is all about going on a quest. Right here, we have this little boy kind of looking up at this god, and you kind of see this river flowing out from under her. Quest is all about the blue. So this is like our throat chakra. So I feel like this is you speaking the truth, maybe speaking some of your childhood desires out loud. And once you speak those desires out loud and actually acknowledge that this is something that you want, it's going to allow you to go on this quest of realizing your dreams. We also have gossip underneath this. And this is our throat. This is our greenie chakra. And so I feel like God is saying, what are those things that are, what potential, under influencing this, God is asking you, are other people's opinion influencing how you move? Like, are you taking other people's opinions to heart? Are you allowing other people to stop you from truly going on the quest of living out your true desires? Like, are you really truly doing what is true and what is best for you? Also, a message that I'm getting with this gossip, God is asking, like, are you honestly being true to yourself, or are you kind of putting on the front in front of people, like just doing what everybody expects of you? I don't take my word for it. We're going to get some more information about the quest. The quest is all about the throat chakra, and it says finding your way to express yourself. And so with quest, it says Navy combines the blue of communication with the darkness of the unknown, allowing us to discover the truth. There's bravery here and an ability to face the truth head on. So God is saying, no matter what is going on, maybe there's some gospel that is true, or gossip that is true about how you are. Like, maybe you are, not trying to fit in with everybody, and you don't really fuck with everybody. And so what? Like, God is saying, don't allow other people to stop you from living on your path. But here's a tale about quest. When I am somewhere else, my life will have meaning. Mrs. Patriots, the oldest woman in town of Blue, decides she is ready to set out across the deadly swamp and walk the Navy trail that no one has dared tread before. The wise youngsters points out that the swamp has vanished and the path she seeks is already before her. Mrs. Patriot sees that her life is not somewhere else but is here in the now. Miss Patriot travels home. The Navy trail stretches out before her. You may be on a quest that is unnecessary. Allow yourself the space for self-discovery. Is it time to take a risk? Where in my life do I need to walk my talk? And so I feel like the message that I'm getting, like, so many of us, we can get caught up in this self-development that we're just buying all these books, we're reading all these books, we're attending all these seminars, but we're not truly applying that information we're not really truly applying the information that we've learned to our life. And so I feel like God is saying in this month of December, instead of constantly pushing yourself and constantly trying to get more information, or maybe even about tarot readings, like, instead of like constantly looking for external sources outside of yourself, I feel like God is saying in this month of January that you should really just go inward, start applying some of these things. Are you really walking out your journey? Are you really being true to yourself? And if you are, then congratulations and keep going on. But if not, which I don't feel like you are, God is saying this is the time to stop being so focused on what everybody else is doing and to just go inwards and focus on your inner journey. But let's get some more information about gossip. This card represents the truly open heart with no personal agenda other than love. But it could also indicate the opposite, a rebellion in denying your true gifts. An inability to follow your heart can appear to others as careless or strange. Yet in truth, everyone wishes they have the loving openness of Chartreuse, which is the character of here. But let's get some more information about gossip. Here we go. I never met a person I didn't like. Charmaine is an eccentric and kind. From her chartreuse green house to her fascination with scarves, she is a topic of town discussion. After her death, the local people discovers her incredible detailed painting of their town and realize she's an extraordinary artist who painted their lives with love. They feel sadness for never really have known her. Charmaine suggests that appearing differences is key. This card is warning you that you may lose a valuable relationship if you do not appreciate what you have. Charmaine is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? And the message that I was getting on there is that God is saying, don't be so, caught up in your point of view that you won't allow yourselves to see another. I think about in our personal relationships with our mates and how sometimes, our mates, they can say stuff that just cut deep to us. And sometimes it can be hard for us just to be like, fuck you. You don't understand it. You don't get it. But honestly, when they trigger this emotion, this truth in us, it could be real, and we have to stop being so stuck in our ways and kind of being, loud and wrong and have that time to be like, maybe you're right. Maybe I should change my approach. I'm realizing in my own situation with my mate that with my ex, whatever the fuck I want to call him. But I'm realizing in my own situation that I always feel like I'm this big open person and, I'm so kind and I'm so giving and I'm so open with communication. But I'm realizing, and life has been showing me, that when it comes to me being vulnerable, I really have a hard time with being vulnerable. And sometimes I really have a hard time with knowing and really feeling like somebody is really for me. It takes a while for me to just wrap my mind around you really love me and you're really for me. And if I would just be like, I am like this, I feel like I'm losing y'all. So let's just copy this out. Angel number 733. I'm gonna start over. I have a smart TV, and there's this channel called the Love and Hip Hop channel. And I was recently watching the Love and Hip Hop reunion where Shafari was on there with some girl. I don't know her name, but she had this accent. And her and him, she said something and he's like, I can't understand you. And then he just started going off on that girl. And everybody was around her whoa, why are you going off on her? The host was like, she's a lady. You still don't have to talk to her like that, blah, blah, blah. So they finally get on, they finally calm down. They come to understand that she was actually trying to get him props and blah, blah, blah. They squash it. Little bit on down in the clips, say, the next commercial break, Safari is he stops the host and hey, I want to apologize to you. I was wrong. I shouldn't have been like that. That's what God is trying to get you to understand. We have to realize that these especially people that are in our close relationships, they're telling us stuff about ourselves so that we can become the best person that we can be. If you don't accept, if you don't choose to hear what they have, whether it hurts your feelings or not, you can't really go on a quest. You can't become this whole individual. You can't really be true to yourself because you're lying to yourself. I feel like I may be losing y'all, but let's get some more messages out here before I kill it. All right, God, clarify this message of quest and gossip. What are you trying to get my Aries to understand about going on their journey, about staying true to themselves, about not allowing the gossip of others to stop them from being their self? How can they accept other people's differences and not block themselves in? What messages do you have for them to become the alchemist of their life, God? Make it as clear as possible. Angel number 937. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh, very, very interesting. So, okay, we'll get there. So this overall reading, the overall energy of this reading is the Four of Wands. And what do you see when you see this? I see like a young couple that has come together. They're like kind of like freshly young in love, but they're heading towards marriage. They're really starting to feel like they are building their foundation and, really just starting to feel secure in their selves and in their relationship. And that's where God is trying to get you to come. He's trying to get you to this place where you build yourself a solid foundation, that you start speaking the truth about what you really truly want in your life. If you really want a loving relationship, if you really want to be ambitious and driven and an alpha female, but you want to have a man that can also handle all of that, then you have to start speaking and start acting that way and know that you're worthy of that as well. God is saying, contributing to this Four of Wands, so contributing to helping you create a foundation of truth and of authenticity, is the Queen of Wands. And this is the Queen of Cups, excuse me. The Queen of Cups, and this is all about learning to transmute your emotions, learning to be grounded and not phased by the comings and goings in life. And God is saying, if you become that way, if you become angel number 1111, somebody who is not really, when differences come up or when things arise in your life that is not really to your liking, or things come to your heart or things hurt you, if you don't shy away from it, if you allow yourself to look at it for what it is, allow yourself to transmute this, then you'll be able to have all of the foundations and the love that you ultimately want. At the center of this reading is the Seven of Swords. And what I feel like God is saying is, walk away from like those sneaky snide comments. Walk away from like tiptoeing around your truth. I feel like God is saying you need to be very bold and very honest about what you want. Like, what is your, how your Four of Wands is all about setting a firm foundation. So what is your foundation? What do you consider that to be? Is that, you having a mate, and you guys having a house together, and your businesses, like whatever it may be, you need to be honest about that. Don't tiptoe around it. Don't be cute about it. Don't be sneaky about it. Don't be what happens so often, especially women, we can get, I don't know, maybe men do this as well, but I can only speak as a woman. But I know, and matter of fact, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to make it personal. I know for myself, when I was dating, I will always, put my best representative forward. And if a guy said, "Oh, I don't really want a relationship," I'm like, "Oh no, I don't really want a relationship either. Like, I just want to go with the flow and blah, blah, blah." When deep down inside, I really want love, marriage, and a house and a carriage, So God is saying, like, if you do want these things, if you do want a mate on this journey in life, then be honest about it. Be upfront about it. Transmute your issues from your past, and so that you can get what you ultimately deserve, so that you can get the love that you ultimately deserve. Also, contributing to building a firmer foundation. And I'm going to clarify this for you guys before we go down to this base. But also, to build this firm foundation, what God is saying is go ahead and do the work. Go ahead and acquire the information that you need to acquire. This could be you doing the physical work. So maybe you're in a relationship. Maybe you want a mate. Okay, hold on. That's what it is. So you're in a relationship, and maybe you guys have been, not really seeing eye to eye. What God is saying is it's time for you to transmute your pain. It's time for you to walk away, kind of set a boundary for your past, leave the past behind, and just to start focus internally in getting information about yourself. Like, I feel like what God is saying is that if you are not attracting the mates that you want in your life, or if your relationship is not going how you want it to go, stop putting it on the other person. Stop saying it's outside of you, but really go inwards and do that self-work and get that self-knowledge. Also, I feel like a two-part message for you guys that have been working on your businesses and you have been, on this path for a very long time. What God is saying is that there's still a need for you to be open and honest about what you want. Like, if you want to be a billionaire, then say you want to be a billionaire, and then go and get that information. This message is all about like walking the walk, like walk it how you talk it, pretty much is what God's saying. contributing to all of this is the gossip with the Page of Wands. And so what God is saying is that you're starting to recognize your power. You're starting to recognize where you are. You're kind of freshly and you're new on this journey, in this practice of wielding your power and manifesting your reality. And so what God is saying, instead of overwhelming yourself, just take it a day at a time. Keep transmuting your emotions, keep walking away from those sneaky ways, be honest about what you want, but focus on yourself. If you focus on yourself and your gifts and your talents, then you will naturally attract the love and the resources that you want. Because, oh my God, literally the 3 cards that are under here is the Lovers, which is 2 people coming together. This is like the prelude to this. So this is ultimately joining, or the ultimate blending of your masculine and your feminine side, with the ultimate healing with the Queen of Wands. So which means that you're learning how to wield your resources and manifest tangible things in your life. So God's saying, just be persevering, just keep persevering, because abundance is on your way as long as you keep having gratitude and perfect your vision. So guys, Aries, like, you guys have some beautiful, beautiful energy supporting you. I really feel like this is the month that you're starting to kind of like you're on your quest, you're beginning your foundation. You're on your quest, you set your foundation. I feel like your quest is on you being emotionally fulfilled as well as fulfilled in your career. And God is saying, if you want to go on that quest, if that is something that is for you, that He wants you to continue to transmute your feelings, continue to walk away from those sneaky behaviors, continue to leave the past behind in the past. Also, guys, be mindful of that communication. Don't do a lot of bickering or a lot of back and forth, but really just focus on yourself. Go inwards. This could be you having a mentor, or this could just be you, having a teacher, you enrolling in a course, or this could be you. I keep hearing therapy. So for some of you guys, this may be time for you to go ahead and get into therapy so you can deal with some of those childhood wounds. You do all of that, then you're going to be off to the races. But let's get some more cards out here. God, clarify this message for my beautiful Aries, to become the alchemist of their lives, to bring heaven on earth, or to do magic in public. God, what happens if they start to walk their truth? They continue to transmute their pain, continue to move away from those beliefs and those habits that are no longer serving for them. God, what if instead of focusing on the external world, my Aries go internal and start doing the work, focus on wielding their own power and turning away from gossip and and people who are not for them? What comes for them, God? What tools do you have for them? So clear. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep it. Nope, I'm going to do it again. God, what I'm going to do it one more time. I should have kept it, but I don't know, because I like to get it all out. God, what messages do you have for my beautiful Aries if they go on this quest to speak in their truth, being honest with themselves and others, and not allowing the gossip, the haters, the past limiting beliefs to stop them from wielding their power? What comes to them, God? What tools do you have for them to become the alchemist of their lives, God? What tools do you have for them to become the alchemist of their lives? Make it as plain as possible, God. Make it as plain as possible. One card, please, God. What tools do you have for them to become the alchemist of their lives? One card. Aries, what's going on? I should have took that first one. The first card that came out is I can have money and freedom too. So God is letting you know that if money is something that you desire, if you desire to travel and to, be able to have a good home life as much as a good professional life, God is saying that it's totally on the cards. It's only up to you to decide what you want. All right, angel number 1904, and here's the card that came out. Angel number 22. I can transform my own world. That's what God wants you to understand. Make a list of positive aspects. Make a list of things you love and never complain about anything. And as you use those things that shine bright and make you feel good as your excuse to give your attention and be who you are, you will tune to who you are, and the whole world will transform before your eyes. It is not your job to transform the world for others, but it's your job to transform it for you. A state of appreciation is a connection to the source where there is no perception of lack. And so what God is trying to get you to understand, that if your relationship has not been going properly, or if you have not been attracting the mates that you want into your world, it's not about the men, or it's not enough men in the world, or it's not about even your partner not being right. But what God is saying is, go inside. Ask yourself, what do you really believe? Have you really transmuted all the stuff about your pain? Are you being honest? Are you speaking openly and clearly about the things that you want? If you are not, God is saying, go back to the drawing board and to begin to create a life that is with something that you truly desire. Last card that God gives for us is, I have control over my thoughts that I think. Since you have control over the thoughts that you offer, what could be more just than the powerful law of attracting and responding equally to everyone who offers a vibration? Once you gain control over your thoughts you think, your sense of injustice will subside, and you will be replaced with exuberance for life and a zest to create what you were born. Let everything in the universe be an example to you of the way of the laws of the universe. And so what God is saying, just focus on your craft. Focus on doing the work. Focus on the life that you want to live. I remember it is not my role to make others happy. So again, for you people that are in your relationships, God is saying, stop focusing on your mate so much, and to really focus on yourself and focus on how you can be that partner that you're asking from your partner. How you can be that mate that you're asking your partner to be. You have to be that for yourself before you can be it for others. And also, I feel like I still feel like that way about money. What I was getting this message when this card was coming out was, shoot, I think I lost that. Oh, that's what I was getting. A lot of us like to say, well, it used to be an old saying that you can't have it all. You can't have it all. You can't have it all. And I honestly was like, you know what? I'm unsubscribing to that, because I can have it all. And so I feel like what God is saying, if that is what you want, be honest with yourself. You don't have to be sneaky about it. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the universe. And once you're honest with yourself and honest with the universe, you can transform your world. God, what happens for my beautiful Aries if they take their power back, if they're honest about what they want in life, if they begin to transmute their pain and just focus on their journey and where they are headed, put in that time and their intention into their craft? What if they really gain control over the thoughts they think and turn away from the gossip and just worrying about the outside chatter? What happens for them? How does their life transform? What quest do they go on? Make it as plain as possible, God. One card, please. One card, as plain as possible. Signs. Your future direction, your future positive direction will appear itself. Any doubts and confusion will disappear. And so what God is saying is that to wrap this beautiful message up, what God is saying is that this month in January is all about you creating the foundation of your heart's desire, about you speaking your truth. So I honestly feel like a lot of you guys may have done vision boards, or you may have, wrote a statement about how you want this year to go about. God is saying, continue to walk in that way. Continue to transmute your pain. Continue to think about that vision. Continue to walk away from those people and things that are no longer serving to you. Continue to just change the way that you communicate and the way that you carry yourself. Continue to put your focus and your attention on your craft and on your businesses and the things that you want to desire. Once you do that, once you focus your attention not on the gossip and the backstabbing and all the shit that didn't go right, but you focus your attention on the power that you have, you will begin to transform your world and realize that you have complete control over your thoughts. Once you do all of that, any doubt that you have about your future will completely disappear, because you will know that you are the alchemist of your life and that you can bring anything you want about. So will you do it? All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If not, put your key takeaways down below. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Namaste. Create wisely. Choose consciously. See you later, guys. Bye. Angel number 2411.